you are now at the point where wondering, oh, hey, PCC sounds really fun. You guys do some great work. How do I get involved? First thing, you just got to become an IHE member. We have 180 plus members. That's a modest annual fee, but the important part is that we come together with experts from all around the world, where we're sharing ideas and helping solve some of these big challenges. You can participate, once you become an IHE member, you can participate in any and all domains. There is no additional cost to participate in an additional domain and so on. If for any reason you are unable to become an IHE member, you can still participate in the comment period when any of the profiles that are headed to trial implementation go through the public comment phase. The PCC Planning, so PCC itself as a committee has two committees within it. The PCC Planning Committee, the PCC domain has PCC Planning Committee and the PCC Technical Committee. Depending on where you are interested, you might join one or both of those. The PCC Planning Committee has some of these responsibilities. A lot of it has to do with defining the strategy and the priorities of some of the challenges in the domain, and also educating and recruiting new members. The current co-chairs are Emma Jones and I, and if you're interested and you want to become a co-chair too, we are happy to share with you how to go along that path. That's something that can be a great opportunity. From a technical perspective, the PCC Technical Committee's responsibilities are more of actually developing the profiles and making sure that the profiles have gone through the right thorough rigor of the right technical aspects to it, and then maintaining those IHE profiles also. The current co-chairs are Denise Downing and Keela Pike. Denise is also on the call today, so you're welcome to ask her questions if you have later. Just a real quick piece about what a cycle, development cycle in IHE looks like. We have an 18-month cycle. The 18-month cycle overlaps, so it starts every year in the October timeframe and ends the following a year and a half later in the early spring timeframe. And this is what it kind of looks like. Domains can have independent schedules, but the PCC domain works very closely with ITI and Quality Research and Public Health, and also often PCD or pharmacy. So we've tended to kind of combine our cycles so that they're in sync a little bit. As a participant in any of the domains, including PCC, what you get to do is you get to come to those meetings and provide your input, your expertise, help guide these solutions in the right direction, help propose, what are the challenges and what the committee should be focusing on, and so on. So by becoming a member, you can vote. By using your vote, you can say what are the priorities the committee should focus on, and how are the solutions that we should be delivering. Quick overview of the cycle. The call for proposals opens. I'll show the dates on that later. Then the profiles are selected, the proposals are selected by the committees, at which point they're drafted and revised. The development is done over several month period. Then it goes out to public comment. Anybody and everybody, you don't have to be a member, can respond to and submit comments to those profiles. We post out a trial implementation version of it, at which point we test it at a connectathon. There are several connectathons in around the world. There's one that happens in Europe every year, one in Asia, one in North America. And then finally you are able to demonstrate that at either HIMSS or other interoperability showcases around the world. And then finally, the idea is to implement those in the real world and help solve those problems, and ultimately take those learnings, bring them back, and improve the process over again. Here are some of the dates if you're interested in participating. The call for proposals opened August 2nd and is open through September 21st. So if you're interested and you think that there is a problem and you go through the list of profiles and you say, you know what, none of these actually solve my problem that I'm seeing in the industry, go ahead, submit a proposal, email the co-chairs for planning co-chairs and ask them if there is a template that you need to fill out. It's not very big, it's a small Word template, and just put that proposal in there. Those proposals are reviewed between October and November, between the two different committees, planning and technical, and then we go ahead and draft the technical solutions if those proposals are selected. Then we send them out to public comment, and then they're in early fall they are published for trial implementation. For this year, which is previous cycle, the next step after we publish for trial implementation is that we're going to test it at a Connectathon. North American Connectathon is happening January 21st to 25th in 2019. That is the first Connectathon that happens annually. Usually the European one happens sometime in April. So in order to participate in that Connectathon, the registration is opening on September 10th. So if any of those profiles, you're like, hey, I want to go and test this out with other participants and other vendors, that's an opportunity to do that. And the Connectathons, as I mentioned, they are a great opportunity. It's a lot of people coming together in large rooms to then connect and test out what they've developed against each other, sharing that data, making sure that things work well. A lot of good collaboration happens, and there's also testers that will go around, validators, Connectathon, test validators who will go through and make sure that you are passing some of those tests so that you can then say, yes, I have gone to a Connectathon and actually gotten this test in. And here's some links if anybody's interested in any of this information. Obviously, again, we'll go ahead and send this slideshow out so that you have all of this information.